This is 80s Revisited. I'm your producer, Jesse Sedgley. And now, your host, Trey Harris.
No more Optimus Prime! Grant me mercy, I beg of you! You who are without mercy, now plead for it? I thought you were made of sterner stuff.
Will Optimus Prime defeat Megatron and any other enemies that face him in this tournament? Stay tuned, true believers, for round 6 of the Ultimate Character Contest Deathmatch Part Dos. Welcome back, everybody. We are on the verge. The last dozen or so, plus or minus 6, and then 3, and then 1 matches.
Bring that closer to you.
Whoop.
There we go.
For our second annual character deathmatch. Of course, I am your host, Trey Harris, and then the laser beak to my sound wave, Jesse Sedgley.
Yes, I am.
We'll keep the Transformers references going for a little bit at least.
Is Optimus still here?
That's right. Now, this is going to be the last randomized round, simply because I have to do it on my iPad because I didn't print it out. So pretty much we're just going to scratch them out and then just go from there.
All right.
And then I think after this one, too, we'll just go to, we'll do the randomization of the weapons, location. The battles were randomized. If you need a recap, listen to the previous 5 episodes. Some great battles and some lame ones. However, we're kind of down to 80% of these left are the ones you came here to see.
The best of the
We've
best.
weeded out most of the weaklings.
Top tier fights left over.
Except a couple.
Except a couple.
Several, because of randomization, there's been some squeakers. But all they have to do is survive one more round of randomization, and then they have to face their real challenges.
Yeah.
Maybe. Bono's been kicking ass.
Lucky Bono.
And I don't know. I mean, I've seen all the matchups right now, and it's apropos for him in this one. Let's just say that. Let's go ahead and get started so we possibly can crown a winner tonight. First up on the list, and again, all these characters have won and survived at least 2 to 3 fights, maybe 2. I don't remember. Math is hard when you're dealing with brackets that you do over multiple days. But anyway, our first match of the evening, first death match. In this corner, Gibson Rickenbacker, Van Damme, JCVD from Cyborg, which was actually Masters of the Universe 2, or started life as a sequel to Masters of the Universe. But listen to our episode on that for all those saucy details. Versus, camera pans over to the other entrance. Nobody's standing there. Oh, the camera zooms down. It's Chucky.
Ah.
Van Damme versus Chucky. However, Gibson Rickenbacker is armed with, on both hands, Van Damme slips them on, spins the cords around, the Nintendo Power Gloves. Both hands. Chucky, however, that little dynamo is armed with chainsaws.
What's that?
Chainsaws.
Chainsaws.
So dual power gloves versus dual chainsaws. However, it sounds kind of one-sided right now to me. But Jesse holds the final key to this.
I do.
Reality-bending cornucopia of randomness that we are doing here.
This is in Tokyo. Once again, another fight witnessed by Godzilla.
Yeah, the blob, like you said, blobs in the background with lightsabers in it, Tango and Cash taking cover, trying to take it out.
Once.
So, first instinct, Chucky cuts him to pieces. The power glove, without being plugged into the game, grants you no benefits of doing anything. This isn't the wizard.
We're assuming, when has Chucky shown his strength?
In every movie he's been.
Oh, he's super strong?
Well, I mean, in terms of, in his films, he's killed grown men. No, granted, he has never faced the likes of Gibson Rickenbacker.
Right.
Martial arts master, super fighter.
10 to 15 pounds for an average chainsaw. He's chainsaws, so it'd be 15 pounds an arm.
That's true. He's not like some sort of... he's wrestled. Grown men have not been able to get him off of them, in terms of him choking them and grabbing them. Now, I admit I am not a child's play expert.
Right.
Strangely enough, a friend of ours, Cliff, actually is, which took me by surprise. That he loved that series. let's see. Are there any like quick facts we can find?
Yeah, I was trying to find his strength.
Like strength level 1 of 5.
Strength, despite his
Full-grown
small
man.
size, he has this. Okay.
Okay, so he could definitely wield the chainsaw, or at least one of them.
According to the Chucky Wiki, he has the strength of a full-grown man. So then it's done.
I would say so.
If a man could wield the chainsaws and
Now, I mean,
a formidable
Chucky's small
opponent.
size. Oh, well, no. To me, like here. Okay,
I think it's an advantage.
I think so too. And here's my reasoning. Odd job in Goldeneye.
Right.
You crouch. Nobody can see you. Me and my friend, we had a rule, and most people did this, so it wasn't just me. I wasn't some special kid doing this.
Mm-hmm.
When we play Goldeneye, we would tend to play man with a golden gun, so one hit kills.
Right.
Because I was always more realistic in that day and age instead of, PP stuff,
Yeah.
until somebody, got the glop or, glop? What was it? What's the glop? Not the glock. The glop? Clob.
Clob, yeah.
Dual clobs for the headshot. So anyway, I would just crouch and I would just sit behind a box. Nobody could ever see you. Then they come out, they pass by, nobody. I'm just creeping along, and it's so great because in N64 GoldenEye, when you're crouching, there's no animation for you crouching. You slide along the ground on one knee like you're Michael Jackson moonwalking without moving. So all you and there's no animation, so all you hear is. And
Chopping.
and you see Oddjob floating across the ground, and if I touch you, you die.
Right.
And I would win every game. So finally, I was just like, no, can't do this. But then it eventually became its own mode to where one person would be Oddjob, and everybody else would have to kill the one person playing Oddjob. So that's my logic to why Chucky would. Now, as much as I love JCVD, Gibson Rickenbacker is not my favorite JCVD character, obviously. And he's also not the most badass. I mean, he survives a whole bunch of shit in that movie. Gets crucified on the beach, comes back, saves the cyborg chick, all that kind of fun stuff. However, a full-grown man, Chucky size, with dual chainsaws, and Chucky is not a little person. He is very mobile. Mm-hmm. He's not like, no disrespecting little people, but I mean, they're not their condition, is not...
Gives limitations.
You can't compare it to, he's like a little person. No, he's not. He is like just a shrunk, full-grown man.
Yeah.
With full strength and 2 chainsaws.
He wins.
Yeah. Now, of course, if this was an 80s movie, Gibson would probably, get cut up very badly. Some reason he hasn't lost a limb. Then he would do a split kick and kick Chucky onto his own chainsaw or something. But for our intents and purposes...
All right.
He's deceased. Chucky just spins his chainsaws and
80s Revisited at gmail.com.
Let us know. I mean, again, this is all bullshit.
Of course.
All
Send us
bullshit,
your
and,
bullshit.
and talking. Not literally.
Right.
Actually, speaking of bullshit, Cards Against Humanity actually would send you
That's
bullshit for
right.
like $6. And I bought it. And the reason is because
you?
I thought they were going to hide a card in the box.
They didn't.
They didn't know. It was, they were true to their word. It was literally a piece of bull feces. No card was hidden. Nothing. So they got $5 from me for a piece of shit. No, because I mean, one thing I love about this, at least I haven't
If
bought
you
it,
left it sealed, it'd probably be worth like $60 right now.
probably at least double what I paid for it.
Right.
So 10 at least, I'd imagine. Because the bigger, blacker box had the card hidden in the top of it. So after that, like every time they did anything, I always bought their different sets. Mm-hmm. And up until it got a little out of hand with like this exclusive cards and this one, and so it's like okay, I can't, I can no longer have all of them. In fact, I have so many of them. That's why I have all these blank ones to write 50 different things on.
Yeah,
I didn't buy the blank box.
Yeah,
I had all that shit. But anyway, so I bought the bullshit. They sent me a piece of bullshit, and I opened it up, threw the turd in the garbage, and then immediately destroyed the box looking for a card, which there was none. But anyway. When they do that, they don't they'll do it for a purpose. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, buy this for $5, we'll send you a piece of bullshit. And they said on thing, seriously, this is no bullshit. It's just a piece of shit. But no, absolutely true. But they've been known to do stuff like that in the past. But nevertheless, they donate that to when they do a stunt like that, the proceeds will go to benefit something. Yeah. So in a sense, I donated to charity. As a possible, gambling. They were joking, and there would be a card that literally just said. I expect to be a card that just said bullshit.
Right.
Or I bought a piece of shit and all I got was this lousy card or something.
Something relatable.
But it wasn't, so...
And honestly, they should have.
Yeah,
Cards are not expensive.
Well, they should have left the card in there with the piece of shit, so that that card would always be tainted with shit. So whenever we would play Cards Against Humanity, somebody's like, "Oh, I'm playing the bullshit card." Like, you should wash your hands before you eat anything. But anyway, that's not what came to pass. Moving on, next battle, it's a humdinger. This is a WrestleMania match. Ding, 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 ding. They brought Jim Ross back to announce it.
Wow.
Ring entrance and everything, where he walks down before the
He
match.
works for AEW now, so.
And not going to happen.
Yeah.
But anyway, the titular character from this podcast, or at least when we opened up, Optimus Prime. He's probably facing the only person in this countdown, at least, that possibly could do something to him. In the form of the Toxic Avenger.
Ooh. Okay.
Superhuman strength. All that kind of fun stuff. Now, granted, Optimus Prime... 20 feet tall, maybe 18 feet tall. I think we looked it up a couple episodes ago, or guesstimated. Like, because he's a cab of a truck. He's not the trailer and everything. If he like transformed, he would be 15, 18 feet tall. Just guessing. Which we're double checking right now, and it says
22 feet tall.
Wow, I wonder if that's talking about the movie, or if they're. I guess. I mean, I mean, we'll have to take it as a. Actually, this is an actual full history Wikipedia entry. So yeah, whatever it says, we'll take as fact. So 22 feet tall, Toxie's 6.
Yeah, animated series.
So, however, this has proven to be the downfall of many an overconfident character.
Yeah, he could take out his knees with the right weapon.
Optimus Prime has razor line frisbees.
Not a problem for him to hold.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit. It doesn't hurt him at all. However, Toxie has flamethrowers. Lightsabers might have turned the tide here for sure.
Exactly.
Flamethrowers, I don't think that's gonna, he could heat the metal up and weaken it. Well, jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams.
Well, this could be a problem for Optimus Prime.
Is what I think it is.
His good nature.
Oh.
They're in a schoolyard surrounded by students.
I thought you were going to say the middle of the ocean. I was like, wow, that was quick.
Yeah, he could just go down. But here, he's probably worried about stepping on some kids.
Yeah, so he's not going to be able to,
Yeah.
Of course, he would be focused on... Now, again, they know they have to kill the other person.
Right.
But, we did not state before... this is the battleground makes a difference. Mm-hmm. Toxie protects people, too, so...
Oh, he does.
I mean, they would both be a little more cautious for sure.
Sure.
Now, Optimus Prime might not even use the frisbees because he's, it's like him holding a penny.
Well, he could just handhold it.
But why do that when he could just
smash his head open?
Good
logic. Good point.
Now, of course, Toxic, he can aim the flamethrower up, but it's not. Let's be honest. Well, no. I mean,
the fire would rain down upon the children.
I'm not skilled with. I don't know how that works. Now in movies, when they shoot a flamethrower at something in the air, the fire magically sticks to it, and they're like, "Ugh."
Sure.
Now,
but if something overshot.
True. Well, Toxie might not care at this point because he's fighting to live. He might have to can't make an omelet without breaking a few kids.
Yeah, pretty much.
But anyway, in movies, they'll throw Molotov cocktails into vehicles, and movie logic, 5 seconds later, as they dramatically walk away, so, but in a real-world situation with a flamethrower, like Saving Private Ryan is the first movie that comes to mind thinking of a human... actually, I take it back. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. How you like your kraut? Or I can't remember what he says, something like that. But anyway, so I really don't think... The flamethrower they use to, obviously, it's shooting, not napalm, but I mean, it's liquid, so if it gets on you, I mean, it's going to burn you like ass. I mean, it's catching you on fire.
Right.
Now... that necessarily, that would hurt Optimus Prime, but not to the extent of a human quarry. So I don't think it would be... I mean, he would have to just focus in on him and focus in on it to be like, where Optimus can't even, do anything. That being said, I think... is there any, because he has all they say is a superhuman size... Not superhuman size and strength. Superhuman... Yeah, oh, yes. Yeah, that's the tagline. Yeah. Superhuman... Hideously deformed, superhuman size and strength.
His only weakness is household bleach.
That's not gonna... Oh, hold on. He urinates acid.
Yeah.
Would he have to go?
He has enhanced agility, reflexes, and urinates acid.
We need... because he rips limbs off.
Right. He has
So-
superhuman strength,
yeah, so, but-
superhuman endurance.
But can he rip a car apart?
He has some invulnerability. So could somebody... See, he's never died in the comics before.
But I mean, he's not Superman level here. I mean, I would say he's, I don't know. I'm trying to think back of the four movies. I mean,
Well, Optimus Prime has died.
he gets shot with a fucking laser.
Yeah.
Multiple times
True.
in the chest. You know,
So could Toxie do the equivalent with his hands?
First instinct, Optimus Prime
Of course.
just has to get a hand on him. So it's more so if we ran the Deadliest Warrior simulation, I'd say majority of the time Optimus Prime would win.
Right.
Could Toxie beat him? In some situations, absolutely. He's got, it's a David and Goliath thing.
He can lift Optimus Prime can lift over 100 tons, and he's highly resistant to damage.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
Toxie would have to, climb up him,
Yeah.
Shadow of the Colossus style.
It's a mass issue here.
Yeah. Whip the flamethrower off his back and, shove it in his optics, as Megatron says, and just, flood his brain with fire. I mean, but again, he's a robot. Now,
Right.
he melted the
He'll
rubber
fight back
coating off
anyway.
my wires. Well, I said that weird for some reason.
Off my wires.
So, yeah. I mean, again, Toxie, under the right circumstances, Toxie could win, but not in these.
Toxie would have stood a chance with the right weapon.
Yeah, I was hoping a lightsaber.
Right.
Because then we'd have a slobber knocker.
Yeah.
Because then Optimus would be...
It's a agility issue then.
Yeah.
But at this point, he's not really equipped to take on a big robot.
Yeah, and let's be honest. If Toxie was a D&D character, he would not be a rogue.
Right.
He would be a barbarian. He would be a fighter.
Against
which
a dragon.
traditionally low dex.
Right.
Therefore, splat.
Yep. Splat, and all the kids are covered in blood.
Toxic blood. They
Toxic
all
blood,
like
yeah.
a RoboCop. They just
Optimus Prime didn't know that would happen.
It's an accident.
Yeah, so sad Optimus Prime moves on.
So Toxie takes a knee.
Yeah.
All right, moving on down. This is another good one. Again, we're getting in, most of these are exceptionally finally.
Finally.
We went through all these other pay-per-views. We got to the Rumble.
Right.
So we're getting WrestleMania.
This is all
we're getting the one. So we
early
got
cards.
So one of two Schwarzenegger characters. We have Ben Richards from The Running Man
Okay.
versus Audrey 2, who has killed everything put before her, regardless of the weapon.
Fair.
But Ben Richards is armed with, he could have used that flamethrower for sure, but he has lead pipes, which could bludgeon a plant. I mean, these are Schwarzenegger Python-powered blows. So, however, Audrey has, in her vines, the same weapon I believe she had last time, which is lightsabers.
Well, what a coincidence. They're in the same place they were last time, except this time there's a cage over it and Hell in a Cell.
Oh,
Because last time it was a wrestling ring, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
So she stayed in the ring. Eventually the cage came down.
It's a Iron Man match, or it's a King of the Ring.
She still has her weapon.
She's still there, twirling the sabers.
Wow.
And then
And Hell
in a Cell.
So now it's even fewer places to go. She ate all the patrons already, remember?
Yeah. And
So, yeah, I don't know
if the weapons were reversed, I'd say Ben Richards.
just speed and eventually... Yeah, because the vines aren't going to take if somebody
Yeah,
had
if she
lightsabers.
grabs him, if she would have to get him in her, even if she bit him, he's got a lightsaber. All he has to do is turn it on. He could let her eat him.
He could work his way over there.
Yeah, I mean, literally just Guardians of the Galaxy 2, where Drax, of course, he didn't do it.
Yeah.
But I mean, he was inside. Ah!
Yeah.
I mean, because as Audrey 2, now of course the plant has teeth, but in the movie.
She goes
just
full swallow, yeah.
So,
and he has a lead pipe, so he effectively is doing the same thing, except it's going to take a few swings to cut through these vines, and that might not be fast enough.
yeah, I mean, imagine trying to go through the Amazon with a pipe and not a machete.
Exactly.
You're not getting nowhere.
Yeah.
She has lightsabers, so even if he's in there being slowly digested, however it is, I mean, you don't know if they die, if there's acid, you have no clue what happens in there. But in the movie,
they did
Seymour and I forget her name, but they're dead.
Yeah.
And the Blades
Is it an
control
Audrey?
the world. Yeah, Audrey
Her
2.
name-
What was her name? Sorry, boss. You ain't boss. Her name was Audrey, boss. Mimsy. Shut up. But yeah,
I got
anyway,
her name.
if the weapons were reversed, no question. However, I don't think what Arnold the Terminator could do it with a lead pipe.
Yeah.
But Ben Richards is, ex-cop in jail. He took on some he killed some very tough challenges.
Yeah.
In the Running Man. But with this weapon again, it comes down to the weapons.
And the confined spaces of Hell in a Cell. It just isn't in his favor.
He tries to climb it, he gets wrapped up, jerked into the mouth.
Yeah.
Now, if this was a movie, again, all conjecture is welcome. If this was an Arnold movie, he'd get eaten, and then it would still happen. You'd see little fingers work their way through Audrey's stalk, and
He wouldn't have went in there with a lead pipe, though.
yeah, exactly. Oh, or he rancors it and puts the lead pipe in her mouth, and then just Audrey 2 now. I don't know. I can't think of
What?
catchphrase.
Even if he did do the lead pipe thing where he stopped it from eating them. Because if he
So-
rolled a 20, I think he could manage that.
Tell you what, if he rolls, let's bring that. I think that's a fun aspect to add to this randomness.
All right.
Obviously, Arnold would have 20 strength, so he'd get a +5 to his roll. If you roll a 15 or higher, if he swallowed whole, he could rip out.
15 or higher? That's pretty good odds.
But he has a 5. I mean, we have to be fair to him because he would. I mean, there's no way he does not have a 20 strength. My character's a level 10, and I got a 21 strength in D&D right now. I'll actually me and two of our
It's
other
almost
friends'
superhuman,
characters.
though. And that.
Well, hold on.
old
Wait,
terms.
I'm not a human. He's not a human. Let's say an 18. Let's say he has an 18 strength, so he gets a +4 to his roll,
Okay.
and you still have to roll at least over a 20. So you have to roll a 16 or higher.
All right. So this is just to break out. Oh,
He fails.
He failed. He did.
Dead. We let fate.
Rolled a 9.
We left it off to fate, and Ben Richards is now just. I don't know. There's no plant joke to make there. I'm not quick on the draw like that. But Audrey 2 moves on once
He's
again.
bullshit. Or, what is it? Manure?
Yeah.
No,
Plant-
fertilizer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Some sort of that. Aloe, sap.
He's chlorophyll.
Your chlorophyll. Again, the weapons make this has been the biggest,
Yeah.
there's been so many matches where oh yeah, totally. No.
Not in this case.
This, or the location, which killed 2 combatants last time.
Yeah.
So, but moving on, little more reasonable match. 2 humans. One is a psychopath, a sadistic psychopath who beats women and huffs on laughing gas while smearing his face with lipstick in the form of
nice.
Dennis Hopper, who has 2 characters still alive on this countdown too. Well, Arnold doesn't actually. Of course, it's only the round, but we still got a Van Damme, still got a Schwarzenegger, and however, we still have 2 Dennis Hoppers so far. So, however, it might change after this one because Frank Booth from Blue Velvet is Ivan Drago from Rambo. Rocky 4.
So
Love to see Ivan Drago in Rambo 3.
the 2 of them barehanded, I'd say Drago has it.
Oh, absolutely. However, Frank Booth is armed with his trademark weapon, which is some laughing gas.
Laughing
and
gas.
I think he might have had a knife. I can't remember. What did he have? Did he have a knife or something they threatened him with? Or he had a little, 6-shooter? I say a 6-shooter, but like a snub-nosed. I think he had a gun.
Quotes. Let's see what he had.
It's been so long.
Has been a while. He definitely has the mask going for him.
He likes to get high before he fucks.
And all photos of him yield no additional pictures of any sort of weapons.
He does have a gun. I know because he had a gun at the end, and that's what he kind of threatens him with, but...
Signature weapon, though. We gotta think signature. When you think this guy,
I think of the laughing gas.
of the laughing gas. Yeah.
So he has a laughing gas. He has a metal tank. That'll be fair because a gun. You don't think of a gun with him. Now, of course, he wields a gun, but again, like you said, signature weapon doesn't necessarily dictate that that's what he would have.
Of course, it is unidentified gas.
True,
Not exactly laughing.
but it's one of those little tanks, and that could be a very deadly weapon. I would not want to get hit on the head with it, so I say we'll call it that. He comes in,
Yeah.
wild-eyed and crazy Dennis Hopper smears himself with lipstick as Ivan Drago appears. And then, what's her name? Shit. Mrs. Stallone, Mrs. Flavor Flav. Bridget Nielsen
No.
appears and hands him his weapons, which are 2 poison throwing stars.
Okay.
Useless to Ivan Drago because he
Absolutely.
is a boxer.
Yeah.
Probably
More of a hindrance.
Even if he was in the Russian military, it wouldn't matter because I doubt the Russians teach their people how to use throwing stars because nobody is taught how to do that.
Well, not only is he bad at it, but the wind would also be a factor because they're falling out of an airplane with one parachute.
Wow, that really complicates things. Just their
does.
weapons are useless.
Yeah, they really are.
I mean, because if you're following, Frank, even if that's going to be the only thing that would be utilized. Because
Right.
the throwing stars, if you cut yourself, I would. The way I'm just playing it out as I'm speaking. Mm-hmm. They know there's a parachute. They have to kill the other person. Drago knows that he is a peak human specimen.
Of course.
He's obvious, and he sees that he's not fighting a giant plant.
He's
Or a
hopped
giant
up on his
dog, or-
gas.
He just sees an old dude here with he thinks he's some sort of geriatric.
Yeah.
I don't need these such primitive weapon. He doesn't even. He's going to get him just to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Frank Booth is absolutely stoned out of his mind and crazy. He probably thinks he's actually flying or something. However, he does have that. He has this little gas tank.
His gas gives him like 100% confidence.
Yes. He can do anything. However, he might, you're falling out of an airplane. Now, I've never
Right.
skydived.
Sure.
But I would assume trying to swing something with
be
any
difficult.
sort of accurate or any kind of ability is just like blind luck. Mm-hmm. To where even if he hit Drago, it would have to be like that money shot in the temple, and completely just knock him out. Because
Yeah.
the second Drago gets to him, and even if he takes it has to be a significant hit. Well, hold on, let's put it this way. He went 10, 15, 20 rounds with Rocky,
Yeah.
getting hit by Rocky Balboa. Well, actually, Rocky beat him.
So the stamina may not be an issue there.
I think
But
he would have. It would have to be that instant. He would have to basically take him out with that one possible shot with the gas tank, which
So you're
I don't
falling
think
at
would happen.
120 miles an hour. If you stable free fall head down position,
Oh, we were debating this, talking about this last time.
yeah, like Arnold does, it's 150 to 180 miles an hour.
So that actually does you would actually could catch up to somebody.
Yeah. So the drag is an issue as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have streamlined to the body, you can move up to 300 miles an hour, which in this case, I think Drago would have the streamlining going because he's shirtless.
And he has no hair except on his head. Just
So, would this be a race to the bag?
he could, and he would win.
Yeah.
Because Frank would be like, ah! He wouldn't care.
Assuming-
He's just like, where you going? Get back here! You asshole!
Yeah.
Ivan Drago.
Because there's a couple ways this could play out. Another way it could play out is if they both meet at the parachute. Maybe they just spend the whole time trying to fight over it, and none of them get it, and they both go splat. I don't know.
I would say, well, of course, when you're high out your mind, you do have some semblance of strength that you don't have.
Yeah.
If me and Dennis Hopper were wrestling over a parachute, not current Dennis Hopper because I would win because he's passed
Right.
away.
The bones would be easy to beat.
But it'd be like if me and my father were wrestling over a parachute, it would be like I can't say who would win,
Right.
But it wouldn't be like now if me and Dolph Lundgren
Yeah.
were wrestling with a parachute, he would probably rip my arms out of the socket like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
I would lose, even with just even trying to hold. I would have to just basically just hold on, and then. But then if I'm doing that, what's he gonna do?
We could also assume that they know this fight's coming up. This is the way it's going to be. Maybe they train. Dolph would train for it. He knows what he has to
Steroids.
do. Whereas the other guy would just not.
I'm gonna kill you. You just
Yeah.
go on a tirade and
You just talk about
beat
how
some
he
women,
might
and
do it.
do some drugs. So yeah.
So I think Dolph wins.
Drago. So now there's no duplicate actors. Just doing a quick scan. Yep, I think we're all unique characters now.
Wow.
So no, Dennis Hopper's lost one, Schwarzenegger's lost one, JCVD's lost one.
I thought Schwarzenegger had 3. Someone had 3, I thought.
Van Damme did. I know for sure he did. Because we had Van Damme month.
That's right.
Let's see. Next fight, another good one. However, it might make some people in the UK and our fan club a little upset depending on the outcome, because we have in this corner John Rambo from First Blood with his gator armor from killing alligators in the swamp versus the savior of the universe, Mr. Flash Gordon.
Ah.
And complete with Queen intro. Flash! Now, however, as we've seen, fate is a cruel mistress. John Rambo is armed with candlesticks. Still, if I had to pick somebody that there's only 2 people I would be scared of with candlesticks.
Rambo 1 though.
Yeah, he'd still.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in the. If there would have been a candlestick out there, he'd have used it. He'd have just put it in his belt for whatever reason to. I don't know. He's John Rambo. He knows what he's doing. However, Flash Gordon has pool noodles.
2 equally useless items, but could be useful depending on where we are. They're in a wrestling ring. So it's...
Now, Flash, going by the movie...
So I guess Audrey 2 is left.
She's outside the ring right now. Or no, it's one of those stage... It's an Eternal Champion stage fatality.
Just vines everywhere.
You get too close to the side of the screen, you get a hit of damage. And then, of course, the finishing move is going to be the stage fatality where you get knocked into Audrey. But anyway, John Rambo, this is Rambo 1, or First Blood. I should say not even Rambo 1 because it's called First Blood. So, Vietnam vet, fresh off the field, with fresh back home, PTSD, getting harassed by cops, running through the woods using his Vietnam techniques to stay alive, versus Flash Gordon, who basically is Jack Burton, but actually competent because he's star quarterback, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we're watching him fight here on YouTube.
But very naive. Like, I mean, now Flash is tough. He's no slouch. But as we can see
He's
here...
a football player.
Yeah. Could a football player beat somebody, a military veteran with combat training, who's killed people? And who's...
Afraid not. Candlesticks. So we're talking about just the waxy part, or
like Clue can that it's
so
it's
made to kill.
Yeah, I mean a metal candlestick.
A metal candlestick.
As opposed to a pool noodle.
Yeah.
Sorry UK Lee, but
Flash Gordon.
I think he's I was trying to think it's the opposite of Flash. Dull Gordon, dead Gordon. I don't know. I can't think that fast anymore. I'm 40 years old now. Yeah. Based on the weapons, and again, just the combat. We're talking about First Blood for Rambo here. Rambo, if it was the winner of the original competition, no contest. Period. John Rambo for Rambo Part 2 would take out Flash Gordon. This is not saying Flash Gordon is weak or anything like that. But he is outmatched. He would have had to have like a freeze ray or something to give him a distinct advantage combat-wise, to make up for the fact that he's a star quarterback, probably stronger than Rambo, probably most likely. Actually, I would say just in terms of his profession, I mean he's got to be a little more physically, in terms of muscle mass, being a quarterback. Well, not quarterback. Well, I mean in terms of the character in the movie, he's obviously pretty stacked. He probably could be... Well, no. Okay, I'll take it back. That was all dumb. Because Stallone is Stallone.
Right.
And is in First Blood, is he as jacked as he is in 2? No, we can't. We can't take that into consideration. But yeah, I was trying to give Flash a little more benefit, but talking it out, that's dumb. John Rambo kills Flash Gordon.
Absolutely.
Sorry. I hope you still listen
Flash.
to us. Bye-bye!
Yep.
Couldn't save himself. Now, again, I randomized these from the winners of last time, so it is absolutely serendipitous that these next 2 are the ones who fight. It's a battle of the bands.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Young Richie Valens, ba ba la la bamba, da da da. Sings his signature tune as he walks down, or his intro, versus the Irish Stallion with 2 kills. Richie does too, including a car. Richie had a tough fight, although he had to work his way to get here. He had to fight
Bono
Christine.
just fought kids and stuff.
Yeah, Bono killed a kid and a mouse. I love you, Bono, but you had a cakewalk.
Yeah.
Could still be. However, young little Richie Valens, played by Lou Diamond Phillips, is armed with half of a liquor bottle. Man, not quite a good one, because...
Not a great weapon.
And I think 17-year-old Richie Valens, so Bono might have another... he's catching up to Freddy Krueger here. Bono is armed with one broadsword. Bono
my God.
That's the weapon he used against the mouse.
Oh, yeah.
And again, we shuffled these cards beforehand. This was all randomized. However, they're fighting.
They're in front of the supercomputer from Superman 3. It says with Robo.
Oh,
Harry?
something happened.
Yeah, it says with Robo Harry.
Oh, Harry and the Hendersons. He got
sucked into
the robot. The robotic Sasquatches. That's a stage fatality. You get knocked into him and he rips you apart. Something like that. So yeah, Richie Valens with what do we say? A broken liquor bottle. 17-year-old. He's got speed. He's got youth.
He does.
Well, hold on. We're talking about 1980s Bono, his prime.
Yeah.
With a broadsword. If you tell me 2 people are fighting, one of them's got a broadsword, the other's got a liquor bottle. I don't care who they are. My first instinct is to pick the liquor bottle.
And
I'm sorry. I'm stupid.
To pick against the liquor bottle.
The person with the broadsword.
I mean, he's Irish. Gotta be known for a little bit of fighting.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, he's a rock musician.
Yeah.
So now, for his time, Richie Valens he was 17. Let's face it, he was touring with Buddy Holly.
This guy was he was 25 at the time.
So hey,
roughly 25. In his 20s, I'll say that.
In my mid-20s, I would say I would have no problem besting a 17-year-old with a liquor bottle.
Yeah.
If I had a broadsword. Mainly because I watch a lot of martial arts movies and sword fighting movies. I'm like, now broadswords are heavy; they're not light.
No.
However, it's still a sword.
Yeah.
Versus a liquor bottle. I'm gonna guess 15 pounds. Oh, never mind. 5
Weight
pounds.
of a broadsword, as Googled, is between 3 to 5 pounds. A medieval broadsword.
Nothing.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Yeah. I guess I'm thinking of a claymore. Look up a claymore. How much a claymore weighs?
Or what's the other sword? The Zweilander or whatever?
Yeah.
Keyboard. No, claymore.
Fuck you, autocorrect.
Yeah. 5.5 pounds.
Really? It looks way. All the ones that like when Braveheart came out and you go online and try to find a replica, they were way heavier than that. It seemed like.
Yeah, this is Zweilander is 7.1 pounds.
Wow, I was way off at 15. I'm thinking of a battle axe or some shit.
Let's see. Yeah.
Oh, claymore.
If you look up heaviest sword, claymore has the reputation.
Oh shit! It's using metric. What's 10 kilos? Ben, quick, text me. Saw a great meme the other day. It said, when the last baby boomer dies, can we please agree to switch to the metric system?
22 pounds. Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, yeah, so, yeah, there you go. My initial estimate of 15 wasn't necessarily off based on the fact that some claymores did weigh 22
but this is a
pounds.
broadsword.
Yeah, so 5 pounds.
A little smaller.
Yeah, you gotta look. If I have a broadsword and some fool comes out with a liquor bottle,
Taking them out.
They're going to be broken just like the liquor bottle.
I mean, change it to a bat and you are equally as successful. So
yeah. Oh, let's see, sword versus a bat.
No, not a sword. Bottle versus a bat.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying this is about the same length.
Yeah.
I think you would have better
I mean, it's a liquor bottle. I mean, honestly, that's just a silly weapon you see in movies that all of a sudden, he's got a broken liquor bottle.
Yeah.
You know, I'd rather have a knife than a broken liquor bottle.
It's true.
You know, even if the liquor bottle, I mean, you can't, it's unwieldy. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a busted liquor bottle is, it's stereotypical. What movie? I'm thinking of a movie where a guy gets beat up and he busts a liquor. Was it Enter the Dragon? I'm trying to think.
It's a lot of movies.
There's this particular scene I'm thinking of where a dude who's beat up gets these days and he gets up and he just smashes 2 bottles like he's going to come at somebody, and then the hero kicks the shit out of him like one more time. Anyway, it's some movie that I've seen. It's probably a Van Damme movie. I just can't think of which one it is. But anyway, Bono kills another kid.
There we go.
Yeah,
Bono moves on.
Yeah.
Can't wait for him to be crushed by Optimus Prime or something.
Well, based on who he fights next, he's not surviving. Because I can't randomize it from here, so it's just going bracket style from after this one.
Oh.
Well, actually, it depends
Must be rolled
It
dice
depends
or
on how
something.
long what time we're running here.
Yeah.
So Bono moves on, moving on up or down the countdown. Van Dam again, Frank Dukes with boobs,
Right.
fighting Rowdy Abilene,
Okay.
the number 1 draft pick from Tasmania in this countdown.
The razor's out, though.
His signature weapon is gone, and the card for your signature weapon is gone. However, Frank Dukes has Freddy gloves. Pretty good for him, since he's a melee. He knows how to fight. So, I mean, so does Rowdy. However, Rowdy Abilene has no weapons, the purity of unarmed combat, to quote Van Damme from Street Fighter. Frank Dukes kills this dude.
Eventually, because they're in the Running Man ice rink.
Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah.
It only hurts Rowdy Abilene.
Yeah, it's just another disadvantage.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Ben, but our good friend Ron Moss,
It's a quick kill.
Frank Dukes takes out Rowdy Abilene. Of course, if Ben, let us know how this... Of course, I absolutely agree it could play out in his favor, but Frank Dukes... Now, we're not talking about the real life version who lied about a lot of the stuff that happens in the movie. We're talking about the Van Damme version from the movie who could fight blind, beat the champion of the Kumite,
Yeah.
not
The
put Freddy
fictional
gloves
Frank
on that
Dukes.
shit.
Yeah.
That's, I'd rather, even if he was armed with his frisbees. Well, no, because, then you think about ranged. I don't know.
It's not a factor.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm just trying to think of it wouldn't matter.
He's completely unarmed.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. He's done.
The way the cookie crumbles. Where's my PE coach in junior high would say, that's the way they crumble cookies. And he would say it at least once a day.
Because he thinks he's the
He
funniest
thought
person on
he
earth.
thought it was the funniest saying in case nobody heard him the first 80 times over the semester. But I heard he passed away not too long ago, so I won't name
I
his
was
name.
laughing on that joke.
That's horrible. No, but that's life.
He
Anyway,
always ordered the cookie dessert so he could make that joke. He went face down in it when it showed up.
yes, sir. What'd you like for dessert? I'd like the chocolate chip cookie, please, with vanilla ice cream. Yes, sir. I'll bring that right out. And he trips the guy with the dessert. That's the way the crumble cookies.
Face down into
Face down to
mode.
the soup. Banana Foster, whatever. I don't know. Some silly pompous dessert. I don't know. Moving on down. Over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're a little over halfway done.
All right.
Clubber Lang, Mr. T from Rocky 3, faces a serial killer in the form of Axel from My Bloody Valentine. So 2 ruthless competitors. Mm-hmm. However, now Clubber Lang's had it pretty good. The cards have favored him. Let's see if they still maintain their loyalty, as he is armed with pistols.
Uh-oh.
With 1 bullet in each, so he's got
So
2
no
shots.
gloves, he's got his pistols.
But again, he's a boxer.
Sure.
Hey, chef, can you farm? To quote late great Mitch Hedberg.
Maybe he's watched a lot of movies enough
But
to
again,
shoot.
we'll see, because Axel, he's not, he's a young minor, as in, pickaxe,
Right.
not a, adolescent minor that Bono would murder if he had the chance.
Right.
Is armed with katanas.
Wow.
Now, Axel normally was a pickaxe, which we talked. Oh, I keep jumping the gun here. Go ahead.
Kumite.
Oh, so they're in an open match, but nevertheless, there's not many places to run. However, they're not limited with ropes.
True.
So, these melee weapons, katanas and, pistols don't matter, but Axel won't have to worry about getting his katana caught in a rope or anything like that, which may be a factor. However, Mr. T, or Clubber Lang in this case, has guns.
Yeah.
Granted, he has 2 shots. Now, if it was me and somebody's coming out with katanas, I'm going to basically, 1 shot, drop it, go back to my strong, not going to Wyatt Earp it, like, pew, pew, dual wield, like, ah!
Well, check it out. He was, he spent a lot of time in orphanages and streets of Chicago
Crime?
South Side, and he became involved with crime.
So he knows how to shoot a gun.
I would guess so, yeah.
Based on his bio, that is what we are assuming.
Yep. 5 years for felony aggravated assault.
Okay, so aggravated assault includes with a weapon.
Yep.
Could be a gun, could be anything. Now, that doesn't mean that he's some sort of super Annie Oakley, pew,
Right.
shoot a dime out of the sky. However, that does lead that he has some skill with weapons or could shoot a gun.
Right.
Let's be honest. First of all, Axel, big dude, has to get within, what's the length of a katana? About 3 feet, maybe, I'm
Yeah,
guesstimating.
let's say that.
Plus your arm length.
Unless
so,
you got like one of those Japanese one, it's
but
way longer.
It's called something different, isn't it? When it's like super long.
Blade length on a katana is up to 30 inches. So yeah, a little less than 3 feet, 2.5 feet.
So let's say, and then your arms, using mine as an example, that give you. I got maybe a 2, maybe 2. So about 5 feet. He's 5 feet for the tip of the katana,
Right.
to touch Mr. T. Therefore, he has to get within 4 feet to at least to stab him.
Right.
A little.
He's not,
4.5 feet to slice his throat, and
he doesn't have the dexterity to avoid the gun though.
exactly. You're
And
that close.
there's tons of videos of gun versus bullets.
Mythbusters did it too, and I think it won every time, except I don't know. I think it won every time. I think even at like the 5 foot, because he had to draw and shoot him before he could hit him.
Like even with the people who dodge, they still lose.
Yeah,
This guy's not dodging.
yeah. And he's got 2 shots. I mean, he's got 2 guns with he's got the 6-shooter with the bullet. It's not Russian roulette style, but
Right.
he has drop it, drop it. He shoots him. He's fucking dead.
Yeah.
He's not toxic. He's not anything like that. So Axel goes down and Clubber Lang. Pain. Brings more pain to the table. Now we have another poetic fight, I'd say, because we have Badass Cop versus Badass Cop in the form of Jericho, Action Jackson, Carl Weathers himself versus the loose cannon, Lieutenant Martin Riggs from Lethal Weapon 2. Action Jackson, who can outrun a taxi.
True.
And let's say Riggs could outrun some cars in Lethal Weapon 2. He was keeping up
Right.
with Mr. Joshua. That was part 1. Still, we know he could do it. Jericho Action Jackson has Rambo knives.
Good weapon.
Very good. Martin Riggs. If it's a ranged weapon, I'm giving it to Riggs no matter what the setting is. But let's see. Syringes with reanimator fluid in them.
Uh-oh.
So we got a melee fight, boys and girls.
And they're at the pit from Mortal Kombat, so it's a straight shot.
Yeah, so it's going to be a straight up. This is a badass fight.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
As will be in the front yard of
It'd be it. National
what's his
Anthem.
face's house.
I'm too over. Riggs, watch out, Riggs. Jesus Christ, get him, Riggs. Finish him. So now weapon advantage obviously goes to Jericho Action Jackson because he's got 8-inch fucking knives.
Right.
And Carl Weathers is a big dude. He's got strength. I'd say Carl Weathers could strength-wise could beat Mel Gibson, Riggs, Mel Gibson in an arm wrestling contest. Just in terms of, we're talking just brute strength. So advantage weapon, advantage strength. Riggs is first and foremost. I mean, he will fight until he is dead. He'll have that. He will do whatever it takes, and he's a good melee fighter.
Yeah.
Beat the shit out of Gary Busey. However, Gary Busey didn't have 2 knives on him.
Right.
And of course, Riggs has the syringe. Of course, he stabs if he gets a hit in on Carl Weathers. He's, then it becomes for our intents of this fictional battle world that we've created on the fly most of the time, the syringe doesn't kill you immediately.
Yeah.
It's and then but as we've established the rules, if Riggs whoever dies first is the loser.
Yeah.
So Riggs have to stab him and get away alive. And
In this pit
and
scenario,
then
is not
there's no maneuver. I mean,
right.
There's only one way to go.
Yeah.
Even if you're running, if somebody's running at me and I think they're going to either jump or slide, I'm going to put one knife between my legs and one in front of me. So if you jump, I'm going to get you this way. I'm going to have some defense, if you try to kick or just, get you, or if you try to go low, I'm just going to stab down and fucking kill you. That's, again, now, if it all comes down to the weapons.
Yeah.
I think what's kept this exciting is the randomization of the weapons. I think that makes it, because it's made musicians kill serial killers and musicians kill cars and plants kill Schwarzenegger. So I would have to give it to Jericho because of the weapon. Now in a straight up fight, based on what we've seen in the previous. Now, because we're talking about a sequel here with Lethal Weapon 2, so we know what Riggs can do based on Lethal Weapon 1.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there was no Action Jackson sequel. It would be a great time. Carl Weathers is hot, baby. Mandalorian, bring him back. So what we know, we have we do have a little more background on the Riggs character for a sequel. That's why when we talk about John Rambo, we don't include the fact that he took on an entire fucking army.
Yeah.
In Rambo 2, he just took on 6 cops in a town. You stealth. Still pretty badass. I couldn't do it. I'd be dead. But nevertheless, based on the weapons, location, all that kind of fun stuff, I think Martin Riggs is a pincushion.
Yeah. Yep, Action Jackson.
Damn it, Riggs! It's just Murtaugh like rejuvenated as a young person, like young instead of being too old for this shit. Jericho Action Jackson's a younger version of Danny Glover. What?
Well, there we go. No, I just going over the winner. Odd winner. Didn't expect it. But the weapons made the difference.
That, as we've seen multiple times. And again, run the simulation 100 times, there's ways Riggs could win, like we said. But if if we overlooked a vital aspect of any of these, AsiaVisit@gmail.com, let us know what we missed. Because we just talking trash.
Yep.
That's all we doing. 3 left. This one, out of the painting, Vigo the Carpathian emerges. Find me a child. But out of the other corner, a door with a doggy door. And the door just bursts into splinters as Cujo emerges. So Vigo versus Cujo. Vigo's killed a woman, and I don't know who else he killed in the other round, but he killed Reggie from Night of the Comet in the swamp. And she even had lightsabers. Didn't do her much good. I think that was the only battle where lightsabers really didn't help anybody.
Yeah.
Because of lack of skill. However, Vigo in this battle is armed with Nerf guns. So a useless weapon. Cujo, however, has freeze rays.
Useless for a dog.
Yeah, he has no thumbs. There's no logical way that would work. He would just be like, they would be mounted on him, but he can't shoot them. To be fair here, oh, here's your freeze ray. Here. It's in his mouth.
There you go. He probably just swallowed it before he walked into the arena.
But let's not be stupid here. He can't fire the freeze ray.
Right.
So it's useless for him.
But they're in hell, the Hellraiser version.
So cold, blue, concrete.
Yeah.
St. Bernard's pretty damn big. However, Vigo is a mass murderer along the lines of Vlad Tepes.
But we've seen him in his mortal form.
Get bested by the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Without their, without not, well, no, they put, that was after the fact. After he was weakened from trying to absorb little Gerber baby. Forget the kid's name. I can see Sigourney Weaver screaming it, but I can't hear the name.
Begins with an E, right?
Oh, man. I want to say something with a G. Like, I was going to say Gordon, but that's not it.
No, it's...
my baby! My baby!
We're not going to come up with it yet, but I was just bringing up the Vigo fight at the end of Ghostbusters.
He's out of the painting, but I'm trying to remember how they get him. He has the baby. He's like... Oh, they get him till... They, start talking trash to him or some shit.
So would he have that power where he paralyzes the Ghostbusters?
I think we established it. We were talking about he would be like the historical Vigo.
Oh.
I want to say it's what we established last time because...
Oscar is the baby.
Yeah. Oscar!
Just came to me whenever I saw a shot of him.
Okay. That's not how he looks in the painting. But anyway, because we didn't look it up last time even to discover his power set. Because all he does here, the proton packs have no effect. They beat him by Bill Murray
He has the paralyzing
breath and AOE attack, directional AOE. But Cujo's a big fucking... Now, Cujo could not break into a Pinto. But Cujo killed a lot of people.
It was a very big dog.
Yeah.
The Nerf gun
is useless.
is useless. It'd be
It
good
would
for like
break.
one bite.
It would break before Cujo. It would just piss him off.
Right.
It would be useless. So it would basically be pretty much hand-to-hand combat, hand-to-paw combat.
I mean, the best thing he has is the leather van braces.
Yeah, which I mean,
We could absorb a hit, maybe.
so could a decent fighter
If you had
with
chainmail
leather
under
armor,
that.
it would just be the pressure.
Yeah.
I'd say Vigo could beat Cujo.
Bring it to a
It's-
roll.
yeah. Just a complete random roll.
Let's see. Let's give the odds here.
Because I mean, Cujo killed a cop. Now,
Yeah.
granted, I'm trying to remember the movie. I don't know why the cop just didn't shoot Cujo. I think he dropped his gun or some shit, maybe. But
Yeah.
not that a cop is comparable to a conqueror, a
Sure.
historical conqueror. But I mean, Cujo killed a lot of grown dudes. Now, none of these were of, the historical Vigo's manliness
Right.
in that regard. Plus, he's got leather armor, which, I mean,
Look at that's some serious studded leather right there.
yeah.
That probably
at
absorbs
least plus
sword,
2
sword
AC.
hits. It's meant to block swords.
Yeah, so
That could probably take some teeth. Now, Cujo's not supernatural or anything. He's just a big
well,
dog.
in the book, they kind of like make it like I mean, we're not talking about the book, talking about the movie.
Yeah.
He's just a dog with rabies.
That's what it is.
So, I mean, me, again, just logically thinking of me versus that dog, if I had leather armor on, first thing you do, if you watch any Discovery Channel or Animal Planet show, people watch,
Which Vigo does.
you jam your arm as far back into the mouth as you can.
Yeah.
Now, also, I would much rather fight a St. Bernard than a fucking mountain lion.
Right.
Why? Because mountain lions have fucking
Claws.
really sharp claws on all 4 of their legs.
Dogs have their one weapon.
Yeah,
Minor claws.
Dogs
on the
have
paws.
claws, but I mean they're not like a cat claw.
Yeah.
Your dog scratches you like ow. Cat scratches. God damn it! Like
gotta
bleeding all
tear
over
your
the
flesh.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah. You fight a mountain lion like I don't know if I don't know if I'd rather just have him bite me where I'm holding the hands and just trying to keep his mouth away, or if it'd be more because the claw just I'm holding you doing that and they're biting, but it's just
Yeah.
I only got one arm now, so now all I can do is just, and he hits you in the face. I mean, that's terrifying to me. Like, I would never want to fight a big cat
Right.
because it all comes down to the claw factor. But again, with a dog, now would I ever want to fight a dog? I'm a dog person. No. Would I ever want to get jump over a fence and then there's a German Shepherd, much less a Saint Bernard with rabies, be scared shitless. But I think if it was like a to the death thing and it was me versus one dog, I'm not as big as Vigo the Carpathian. I would, if I had leather armor, I think I could stand a chance. But I mean, that's also not to say I'll stick my arm in Cujo's mouth and he rips off the socket. But I mean, logically, I think Vigo would take a Saint Bernard. I mean, actually, look up a Saint. Let's just see, let's get an actual size here.
All right.
Just we might as well fact check, see what's
fact
going on. Just make sure we're looking at all possibilities here.
Saint Bernard size. I should have just looked. I didn't realize I was on this. Okay. There we go.
180 pounds, about as much as a man.
Yeah.
Let's see, does it have height? So height, standing up, they're only about they're less 2.5 feet tall.
Yeah. About as long as a katana.
So actually, St. Bernards are not as big as I thought they were.
And their teeth, you look at their jaws, they're not very large.
Yeah, Vigo
jaws.
wins.
Vigo
I forgot
wins.
about Beethoven because nobody cares about Beethoven.
Right.
Well, as a kid, St. Bernards seemed like fucking horses.
Right.
Yeah, they're not. They're big, but I mean, I weigh more than them, and 2.5 feet tall, I could take a St. Bernard. Now, of course, one with rabies, you have to go to the doctor afterwards.
Their
But
temperament, known as a classic example of a gentle giant. However, this is Cujo.
yeah,
he's not that.
going to kill you. So yeah, Vigo, a grown man, I think could kill a Saint Bernard, especially if he has obviously leather armor on, which Vigo does. He can be worried about it, just like stick his hand and just King Kong him or something. I mean,
Or just choke him out until...
yeah, whatever he needs to do. Yeah, so Cujo, you had a good run, buddy. But
I think someone
had to put you
prepared to
down.
kill Cujo. Because all these people that Cujo killed weren't prepared to kill Cujo.
Had to come up against Bono with no weapon. Richie Valens, Clubber, could have gone any way. But
Vigo the Carpathian is a killer. Straight killer yo. So there you go.
Vigo moves on. 2 left in this round. We have, moving on, Dennis Hopper's final shot at possible glory. However, he's fighting Arnold's last shot at glory in the form of peak Arnold, as we said on that episode of the podcast, John Matrix from Commando. Probably the only person who could even stand a chance against John Rambo from the first one, from the first countdown. Which, will it play out that way? We'll find out. However, will he survive Lefty from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, who's armed with whips that can latch onto anything and a matching fedora, which I think he had last time too, I think. But John Matrix, who could turn practically anything into a weapon, I think we've seen much of the weenie weapons, is armed with boobs.
Boobs. And they are in the Thunderdome.
Oh, wow.
The whip is very useful in a Thunderdome.
Absolutely. But
they're connected to that bungee thing already, but...
the whip's not going to kill... I mean, you'd have to get somebody around the neck and, you jump, get them around the neck, and then as the bungees pull you back, So you could definitely kill somebody.
Sure.
However...
Could you kill a hero?
Could you kill John Matrix? Because... Again, my first thought, the second those weapons and I visualize, the first thing I see is Lefty whipping, which will latch onto him, Arnold, John Matrix and wraps around his hand, with the Matrix just, he just pulls Lefty to him, and squeezes his head like a grape.
Super strength.
There's absolutely a way that Lefty could win. Like I said, you get the whip around his neck and just choke him out. Absolutely could happen. Lefty in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 uses chainsaws. Every kid went to the fair and got one of those little $6 little bull whips, and that you could pop and you could crack it. And the second you go to the woods or wherever and you try to wrap it around something, it doesn't latch a la Indiana Jones. It's like part of your childhood dies.
Yeah.
What I'm getting at is it's
not an easy thing.
Even if it latched onto anything, you still have to be able to, if I wanted to get just the microphone.
Have the talent.
You have to, there's still skill involved. It ain't
Unless
like these people have time to train. The whip's sentient. Could be. It's never been disproven. The new Indiana Jones movie, which is supposedly starting to film in a couple months. Maybe he'll reveal that the whip is part of the Ark of the Covenant or something. I don't know. It is the whip that whipped Jesus at the crucifixion and is imbued with Christianity and goodness and power.
I mean, John Matrix goes for the fight. This guy has a gun and he still ran at him.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
We're watching a scene from
there you go.
From Commando.
Obviously has superhuman strength. Like I said, if you when you think of Arnold and an Arnold movie and an Arnold character, the number one example of that, if nobody's ever seen an Arnold movie, this is what an Arnold movie's about. Yeah. You don't show them Terminator because it's a good movie. You don't show them Terminator 2 because it's an amazing movie. You don't show them Total Recall. You don't show them Running Man because those are all legit good movies. I'm not saying Commando's not a good movie, but Commando is the epitome of Arnold Schwarzenegger in the 80s. There is no better example of one-liners, ridiculous, over-the-top action, him lifting things that no man could lift. This is, when you think of Arnold, this is what you should think of, in my opinion, in terms of peak Arnold, which we talked about when we reviewed it on the podcast. So John Matrix takes Hopper out. Rest in peace, Denny Hopper.
Denny.
Last fight of the round. I heard music.
Maybe
there's any other way you can take it in.
Man should be in there because he did
a lot of stuff. All right, so this is after this fight. Aside from Bono still somehow being in this thing, we're gonna have some real lot of nothing but killers. Well,
right.
I take it back. Mono is now a legit killer. He's killed 3 people.
Right. He's just as much of a killer as a lot of people.
Yeah, but he killed them. Last fight, we got Peter Mitchell, again, not Maverick from Top Gun. Tom Selleck, a different Tom, not Cruise, Selleck.
Right.
From 3 Men and a Baby.
The architect.
Versus Connor McLeod.
He made it this far.
From Highlander. Dumb luck, just like Bono. And again, the cards. So Peter Mitchell, who was
It's
armed with
the
pickaxes
Highlander.
last time,
All right.
has boxing gloves.
All right.
Please, Connor, get this dude out of here.
Yeah.
He's armed with nunchucks.
And they're in the swamp at night.
Yeah, Connor McLeod's a Highlander.
He's trained with weapons all
An
his life.
architect with boxing gloves. He could have gotten the Nerf guns and still won,
Right.
in my opinion. He could have gotten the fucking pool noodles and just choked him out with it.
Right.
And then when he
The weapon would have had to been pretty awesome for the other
for
guy.
Peter Mitchell. Because, again, it's an architect.
So this is a quick fight.
Yeah. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, as Negan would say. So how are we on time, Jesse?
We've gone for an hour.
Well, in that case, we will wrap this up next time.
Okay.
An hour's a good length for one episode of a podcast. We still got
Absolutely.
other stuff to go over anyway, so we will continue this fight next week. And that will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, next week we will crown a winner. I will randomize these again since we have a week in between. And then after next week will be the last random round. After that, we'll just go for the last 2 or 3 fights, just bracket style.
Yeah, we can roll.
Or I mean,
to
we can
see.
even we can randomize it here with that when it's that few.
Yeah.
Because we have 1, 2. 1, 2. I love you hearing me count on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Thanks for being here, by the way.
6 fights. So yeah, I mean that'll leave 3 winners. We'll that's it. We do these 6, and then the 3 winners face off in a triple threat match, like we talked about.
Yeah.
Because we had the double KO last time. So yeah, easy peasy. I keep saying that.
Easy.
It's my word of the day. If Pee Wee was here, the word is easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
Hey, and randomly I show up at the clubhouse. Hey, Pee Wee, is it easy peasy today? These random strangers, not random strangers in Pee Wee's Playhouse, but Cowboy Curtis and Miss Yvonne, hey, Pee Wee, I just happen to have a peppernickel in my shoes today. Peppernickel,
Magic word.
Yeah. Not talking shit about Pee Wee's Playhouse, just having a damn good time. So anyway, Jesse, you seen anything new? Played anything? Anything?
Oh man.
Bringing it back to the
Have
future?
I seen anything new? No, I don't think I have since last time.
Shit, boy.
Have you?
Oh yeah.
All right.
I saw the winner of Best Picture this year, Parasite.
Oh, and
So, you haven't seen it,
I
correct?
have not seen it.
Okay.
So spoiler free.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. And if you're listening, I'm not gonna spoil it. Is it? Pull up the nominees for me if you don't mind.
Sure.
Just so. Do I think it was the best film this year? Let me double check the nominees and I'll tell you. Was it good? Yes. Okay. Was it better? Was it better than Ford versus Ferrari? Yes. Haven't seen The Irishman. Better than Jojo Rabbit?
Was it better than Joker? Was it better than Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
The thing about it is that it's so, because all I knew about this film, I had it ready to watch for months, but just never got to it because watching, other stuff came up.
Yeah.
So it sat on my flash drive, it sat in my iTunes folder legally for a very long time.
Yeah.
And then, of course, nominated for Best Picture, upsets everything. Nobody, if somebody bet on that in Vegas, maybe Little Women and Marriage Story might have had the lesser odds than that winning, maybe.
Right.
Actually, I take it back. It's a foreign film. It would have been the last one on the list if somebody bet on it in Vegas. Somebody put $1,000 on it in Vegas, they probably made $50,000 off that bet. Because you can bet on anything in Vegas. But anyway, all I knew about it was the poster. That's all I've seen. And I thought in particular, my impression of it going into it was that it was some sort of horror movie called Parasite.
I thought it was too.
I'm not sure. It is multiple
I heard
genre.
it's a comedy though, a little bit.
I'm not going to say anything because I went into it only knowing, oh wow, it upset everybody and won Best Picture. It's from the director of Snowpiercer, one of my top probably 20 films ever made. Definitely my top 10 science fiction films. And I first heard about it because I'm in the Joe Bob Briggs mutant group. Shout out to them on Facebook. So a lot of everybody, it's horror groups. Everybody's talking about horror and exploitation film. And a lot of people are like, oh, I saw this, is fantastic. The less you know about it, the better. Absolutely true.
Oh, okay.
Now it is subtitled, so big fucking deal.
Right.
In my opinion, you don't miss anything. You know, people that I can't stand subtitles. Not half the people. So many people I know, even when they're watching shit on Netflix, Autumn, she'll watch it with the subtitles on. I'm like, the volume's on fucking 20. Mm-hmm. Like that's when it distracts me, when I don't have to read them. Or actually, I take it back.
I usually have them on.
I take it back. When subtitles are on, even if it's in English, I'm still reading the subtitles.
Yeah.
And I hate it because if there's a joke, the joke is spoiled before it happens.
That is true.
And I'm like, if she's watching something, it's kind of like, you have to turn these subtitles off, or if they're leading up to a reveal. Mm-hmm. Oh no, you're waiting for the camera to turn and the subtitle pops up. Joey, impact ruined.
Yeah.
So I hate subtitles unless you're watching a foreign film, martial arts film, anything. Of course, I'm used to them from martial arts films back in the day. Although I always personally prefer the dubs because they are so bad. My God, what are you doing? You killed my master. Worst acting ever. It just adds to the aesthetic of it for me. But of course, in terms of pure cinema, you want to watch it with subtitles so you hear actual actors who are acting the part speak their words. But nevertheless, Parasite, I'm not upset that it won Best Picture. I think that's fantastic that a foreign language film won.
Is it the best though?
That's it's really good. Really, it's different. Every aspect of it is well done. Is it better than Joker or Jojo Rabbit? I didn't get to see 1917. You know, it's hard for me to say definitively. Will I ever watch it again? No. Because once you see it, you know everything. You know everything. Would I watch Joker again? Probably not. Don't need to. Again, that's not saying these are bad movies. Would I watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood again? Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah.
It's a Tarantino film. I've seen Hateful Eight more times than I've seen Star Wars probably at this point. Because that's why you want to watch it. I mean, that's it. It's how good it is in terms of just rewatchability. You know, The Irishman. Haven't seen it yet because it's 3 fucking hours long. I'll eventually get to it, but I will not watch it again. I will not watch it twice.
Right.
You know, unless it blows me away. I mean, I'm trying to think of a Scorsese movie I've seen. Goodfellas. Parts of Casino.
Yeah, those two.
I'm trying to think of another Scorsese one that I've seen more than once. And that's all I can think of. Tarantino films I've seen more than once. Every damn one of them.
Yeah.
Jackie Brown I've probably seen 4 or 5 times maybe start to finish, which is still probably more than Goodfellas.
Yeah. I mean, this is probably before our time with Taxi Driver. Watching that over and over again wouldn't be the thing.
I've seen Taxi Driver, but I don't.
But if
it's one of those you don't need to watch again. Once you know how it ends, it's just like it kind of takes the impact is lessened. For me, some people, I'll watch Taxi Driver every day. Well, you probably need some help based on the subject matter of that movie and you idolizing it that way.
Right.
Somebody tell me, I've watched Joker 50 times. Like, okay, you might need to go to a social worker and get evaluated because
Shutter Island, Wolf of Wall Street.
Shutter Island. I've seen Shutter Island.
The Departed's pretty good.
I can't watch it. I've only seen it once because once you know,
of course,
a few bullets go in the end, it's kind of like No, Shutter Island I've seen more than once.
Gangs of New York.
It's too long for me. Aviator's too long.
Cape Fear.
Cape Fear I've seen twice, at least twice. Oh, sorry, Last Temptation of Christ. I've seen that at least 4 or 5 times. I totally forgot about that. Because he's made so many goddamn movies.
Yeah, he has.
And good and notable ones too at that. Yeah, Shutter Island, Wolf of Wall Street. I've only seen it once, but I would watch that again in a heart. Like if I had 3 hours.
Right.
Or there again, I think whenever that came out, what year was because we talked about it on the podcast, 2013. Mentioned it when I watched it on the podcast. One of the funniest scenes of any movie I've ever seen. The old Quaalude scene, where they didn't not work. They just took for longer to activate, and then all that. One of the DiCaprio getting into that Lamborghini while stoned or whatever the terminology would be for Quaaludes out of his mind is when it was one of the. I think I literally hurt myself laughing at that scene. But yeah, The Irishman, having not seen it, however, knowing what it's about, how long, everybody's main complaint with it, I will watch it once. And that will be all she wrote. I would watch Parasite again I haven't seen The Irishman, I would watch it over that. 1917, haven't seen it, I want to see it so bad, I've kind of missed my spot with it in terms of theater, so I have to wait until it comes home. or get a screener from Academy Friends.
Right.
Although I really want to see it in a theater for the sound and visuals and all that. But yeah, so I mean, I'm not. Again, it's one of those. I'm not upset. I'm glad a movie in that genre and a foreign film won Best Picture. I think that's high time because I think there's been many years where foreign films have been better than some of the other ones. The year Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I think it was nominated for Best Picture and Best Foreign. There's a couple of them that were nominated. You always have like, oh, it's nominated for Best Foreign Language Film and Best Picture, so you know that it's token. That's the wrong way to put it. But you know when a film was nominated for Best Picture, just foreign language. Oh, no, okay, yeah, nominee.
Yeah, Best
okay,
Picture nominee.
Yeah, so but everybody knew it was going to win Best Foreign Language.
Right.
Not going to win Best Picture.
Yeah.
That's why that's why it's such a big deal that Parasite won. Because you have a lot of fantastic foreign language films that will get nominated for both Best Foreign Language and Best Picture. Mm-hmm. And you know what it's going to win, and you know that it's not going to win Best Picture. Parasite won Best Foreign Language Film. No, yeah. We knew we were going to, if I was Boon Joon-ho, I'm sorry, that's not, Boon Young, is it Ho? I cannot remember the poor guy's name. Oh, there it is. It was right there. Yeah, it was on the screen. Yeah, Ho. I got the award that I knew I was going to get. Thank you, everybody. And then director, like, oh, yeah. Was it better than Tarantino? Was it better directed than 1917? Haven't seen it. Knowing the technicality of it, I'm going to say no. Again, once I see it, I'll let you know. But, I mean, is it directed well? Absolutely. Beautiful film. Well done. He's a fantastic director. Again, Snowpiercer, The Host. Fantastic movies that he's Host was a true foreign language film. And everything, so actually, it was actually right there on this thing, yeah. Host was 2006, Snowpiercer was 2013. So, and aside from Parasite, that's the only films I've seen by him. But both of those all three of them are fantastic and all different. Okaj is on Netflix, but I haven't seen it. But anyway, again, I'm not upset that it won. I think it's a good thing. Do I think it was the best one of the ones nominated? That's a really hard question, to be absolutely honest with you. Because I really can't. If I could talk to somebody about Parasite, then maybe I could kind of in my mind, okay, yeah, I understand. Yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah, maybe it was the best picture. Hard to say. But I mean, this year there was every one of those. Ford vs. Ferrari is the only one really that why? I don't understand why it was nominated for Best Picture. Personally, was it good? Yeah. Best Picture? No. Jojo Rabbit, was it good? Absolutely. Fantastic film. Roller coaster of emotions. However, Best Picture? No.
8.2 on Ford v Ferrari.
Is it because it's American? It's Ford.
No idea.
Ford. It's motor cars.
Highest average score is 8.
I mean, I'd say it's an 8 or a 7. It's good. But when I think of Best Picture, I think of this film is going to be looked back, or let me rephrase that, should be considered, in the lens of history looking back as a monumental achievement in film. Now, is that true for all Best Picture winners? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. For example, who's still talking about, there was one, The Artist won Best Picture, black and white film.
Yeah.
Great movie. Nobody talks about it anymore. Green Book, was that the best film last year? No. Let's be honest. It was not the best film last year. And honestly, last year's nominations were kind of good movies. But I mean, Bohemian Rhapsody? Did anybody really think that was the best picture?
I still never saw it.
Watch the Live Aid performance.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the real thing. And then the year before that, we had Shape of Water, which was fantastic. But also, it was against Dunkirk. 3 billboards. I love The Shape of Water. I'm glad a horror movie won Best Picture. I'm glad Del Toro, his movie won Beautiful Picture. Not mad about it, but I mean, Dunkirk is a phenomenal achievement in terms of film, because one thing Nolan does really good is screw with your perception of time.
Which I still haven't seen it.
You got to see Dunkirk.
Yeah.
In fact, speaking of Tarantino earlier, I think he said that was his favorite film of the decade, or the first 20 years of the 20th century, 21st century, whatever. Moonlight, that was going to have some legs to it. However, I would say Hell or High Water I liked Hell or High Water better personally, mainly because of Jeff. You know, when I'm balancing the performances, I wish Moonlight had more of Marshawn Ali. Mm-hmm. Although everybody else in the movie was fine, don't get me wrong, but Hell or High Water Moonlight was like, just my heart was hurting. Hell or High Water, I was like, what's going to happen? And then go to 2015 Spotlight. Who the fuck cares about Spotlight?
No one looks back on a lot of these.
Yeah, but guess what movies in that year people are still talking about? Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah.
The best goddamn action movie of the past 20 years.
Yep.
I hate The Martian. I thought The Revenant. You know, Leo got his Oscar. That's the movies people will remember that year, not Spotlight. In fact, people were shocked Spotlight won. If I remember correctly, they were like, Spotlight? And they were like, we didn't expect to win this, I believe, you know. Birdman, yeah, that year, I would have rather, American Sniper was nominated, because it's a big chunk of Americana. Bullshit. Stupid fucking movie.
Yep.
My opinion. Whiplash. Absolutely.
I loved it. Yeah. Good movie.
A drama, but because of the performances,
yes,
I could watch that movie again and again and again because it is so good. And it's just like, God damn, that's J. Jonah Jameson. You know, that's the yellow M&M. And that was the first time I remember seeing Miles Teller. And like, I wish he could live up to that performance in something else.
Yeah.
Instead he goes Fantastic Four, and hopefully he's good and it's Goose's son in the new Top Gun. You know, but I mean, let's see. I mean, again, like, not just because you win Best Picture doesn't mean you're the best film of the year.
There's The Artist in 2011.
Yeah, let's see. The Descendants, never saw it. The Help was better than that. Midnight in Paris was better than The Artist.
Yeah, The Help seems more like an Oscar winner to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, if you look at tradition, and I'm not saying this in a negative way, but those types of films, you know, people use the term Oscar bait.
Right.
Those all, you know, you always have something involving, there's always a film about racism nominated usually. There's always a film about homosexuality that's usually in there somewhere. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, because, you know, that's why when you talk about Oscars so white and all this other stuff, that's why I hate it, because, and I hate it in this regard, it makes me wonder if certain films are getting put on these pedestals. Is it because the peers of filmmakers and actors are actually considering this to be good, or is it because the way society is now, we have to have something up there? Kind of like, Stephen King got in hot water for saying that, like, you know, art should be based on art, not necessarily the artist. Or, I mean, you know, art needs to be judged as art. Like, I can't remember the exact quote, but he doesn't look at diversity when he looks at art. I'm butchering the quote. Do not crucify me for that. But the gist of it was that he, you know, when I look at a painting, I don't, unless the Mona Lisa and I know who painted it, that has no bearing on whether I like the painting. When I walked through the Louvre, when I was blessed enough to go to France and go to the Louvre, and I'm looking at all these amazing paintings, just art I've never seen before. I'm like, wow, and just thinking like, God, that's beautiful, like amazing. I have no clue who the artist is. Not if it's a male, female, what gender they identified as, what race they were. I have no clue. That's what I'm saying here, is that we're getting to a point to where it's so difficult, I think, to break through some of that for the sake of something, as opposed to maintaining the integrity of the art, if that makes any sense. Yeah. And it could be because I'm a white cis male that I think this way, you know, and that's, you know, if somebody thinks that, you know, and that's your opinion, that's fine. But I'm being honest here. This is just how I process things, because my life is different from your life. My life experiences are different from yours. That's why, I love this movie. You hated it. That's what makes the world a great place. That's why podcasts, like any podcast, is fun. I would much rather listen to a podcast about a person shitting on a movie I love than a person like, oh, Fury Road was just so beautiful. Oh, this scene was so, like, yeah, I fucking know. I know. I want to hear why somebody doesn't like it. So then I can be like, oh, you fucking idiot. Like driving my car, like, oh, that doesn't, oh, come on. You're going to nitpick that, blah, blah, blah. That's what makes the world a great place. When you have civil discussions about things and you can talk, and like, you know, my opinions have been changed on numerous things in my life because I talk to people. People have different life experiences than I did. Or, for example, one year for Best Picture, Philomena was nominated, which is about a woman who's adopted finding her birth mother. My wife's mom is adopted and found her birth mother, so she loves that movie. And in talking to her about it, it's because, like they really got that aspect right of it. Like it really hit home for her, the performances and all that. So and of course when you watch a movie, people are acting. But that's why in any movie, when a dog dies, I'm like right there with the actor, like, oh God, don't do it, Will. Don't, no, just oh God, no. When a pet dies, most people know how that feels, and you can tell you get that sense from a performance. But when you're dealing with something for an issue you don't understand, that's when a good actor can make you see that issue, or like Moonlight's a great example. Young gay black male in America. I have no clue what that means, because that's not what fate, God, whatever. That's not the path that I was created in this world to walk. I have no clue. But that film gave such an insight on that demographic. In fact, I watched RuPaul's Drag Race, and this was something that really haunted me. One of the contestants who was black, and obviously, I say obviously, I mean, they have, not just because you're a drag queen, I don't mean you're gay, but I mean, he was gay black male in RuPaul's Drag Race, and he said it was easier for him growing up to say he was gay than be a black male, than identify as a black person. And that's just that. Now, if I stop and rationally think, I could come to that same conclusion just based on like how the world works. It'll be easy. I can see that when a person says that to somebody based on their life, I'm just like my heart just like got stabbed. Like that, the fact that somebody can say that in modern day society is just like, why? There's no answer to this question, but I mean, there's no answer. Period. Like, why? Why are we living in a place where it's like that? And this all makes sense. I promise. That's what movies are for. Mm-hmm. I can watch Moonlight and get a brilliant and amazing perspective on something I had no clue about. Now, of course, can't say that with Deep Blue Sea because sharks don't swim backwards. I'm not saying, they're entertaining. Scorsese, comic book movies are entertainment. Mm-hmm. They're not teaching me about life. I mean, of course, you could say, well, there's a life lessons to where, this and this. Yeah, of course, I know you're trying to sell a book or something like Philosophy in the Marvel Universe by Joe Blow trying to make a buck off this and kind of thing. But, to me, that's what... I mean, there is a theme in Parasite, and I don't want to say anything about it till you've seen it, to where we can have then we can give a spoiler warning and talk about it. Argo, based on a true story, won Best Picture. Yeah, but it's super fucking fake. I mean, they exaggerate things. What else? A lot of go back to that year with Argo, because
Argo's up here.
Because Beasts of the Southern Wild or Life of Pi should have won that year. Mm-hmm. To me, Beasts of the Southern Wild was probably beautiful, full combo. Mm-hmm. Direction, acting, music, underrated. Like nobody even cared about that movie till it got nominated for Best Picture. Right. Thank God it did, because I might never have seen it if it wasn't. Yeah. In that regard.
Agreed.
And I'm putting that over Django Unchained, Les Miserables, Lincoln, overrated in my opinion. Daniel Lewis did great. Silver Linings Playbook and Zero Dark 30, two of the most overrated movies. Now, I've seen reviews on like how the Silver Linings Playbook accurately portrays like people dealing with addiction and in those what those characters were dealing with. Mm-hmm. Understandable. In those performances from Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence, I didn't get any of that from it. That's just me. People, again, opinions. There's nothing wrong with an opinion unless it's wrong. There are wrong opinions. Yep. I can, let's see, Trump has a lot of them in terms of his tweets and stuff. Not getting people mad here. We're not talking about politics, but I mean, yes, you could say something. There are certain opinions. Everybody can have an opinion, but there are opinions that are wrong. There were opinions that, there used to be signs over water fountains that say white or colored. Yeah. There's no opinion. That is wrong. That is fact that is wrong. Theory of Everything, that was another shitty-ass movie nominated for Best Picture. Thank God it didn't win. It didn't, right? Because he won Best Actor, but it didn't win Best Picture.
Theory of Everything did not win.
Thank God. Yeah, okay, just double-checking. That was the year of, based on a true story bullshit. Because you had Theory of Everything, Selma, Imitation Game, American Sniper. Almost 40% of the nominees, well, not 40 because there weren't 10. Over half the nominees were biopics. Mm. Or as my wife said once, and I never let her up, biopics.
Biopics.
No, it's a biopic. Biography picture.
Biopics.
Yeah. So anyway, looking back, when people look back at the nominees this year, I think Parasite will stand up, but this year was like a tough call. Honestly, there's some I would automatically exclude. What was the first one? From what I've seen, Ford vs. Ferrari, Jojo Rabbit, great film, but again, best picture, no. Good, absolutely. 2018 just sucks.
It did. I'm looking at all of them.
Let me rephrase. It didn't suck. Out of those, I'd say...
I haven't seen Green Book yet. I've seen Vice.
It's not bad, but it's like best picture.
I'd say
Vice or Black Klansman were way better than Green Book.
Black Klansman I saw. That was very entertaining.
Stars Born, no. Overrated. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean...
The Favorite was good, but best picture? No.
Just faded out, though. Like...
No one gives a shit.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
And there was so much controversy about Green Book and all this other stuff, and and
even Vice was entertaining too.
Absolutely, Vice, like Parasite. I don't know. I thought I was watching a drama, and then wait, this is a comedy.
Yeah.
What am I like? This is amazing. This is what a fantastic film. So, and it's just, and then I mean, Parasite. It's better. I'm not complaining. I'm not going to complain about it.
Can't believe Black Panther's in here. I mean, after that was all over, everybody's like, okay, let's really take a look at this. Some of the VFX aren't even done in the thing.
Yeah, the
storytelling was not.
We live in a society to where if you go online and you say hot take, I didn't like Black Panther, and your profile picture shows a picture of somebody like me, who is white.
Yeah,
some people automatically say that I'm racist for not liking
that year for sure.
Yeah, now it's kind of people was it the best Marvel movie?
No. I don't think so.
Was it should it have been Best Picture? No. Should Endgame have been Best Picture? No.
No, those are the entertainment.
No, these are not film. Will people look back and always think of Endgame? Absolutely, a cinematic event. Best Picture? You're telling me you think it's the best picture of the year? No, absolutely not. Again, my opinion. And when it comes to these, again, it's all about opinion. But let's be honest. Some of them don't deserve to be nominated.
Yeah.
Same people. I hate award shows. They're all political. And then they're going to bitch on I can't believe Spotlight won. Well, then I thought you don't like it. Yeah. Everybody, you need to understand these are political. There's certain factors behind the scenes as some films getting nominated. Mad Max was nominated for Best Picture. I knew it would never win. My favorite one would absolutely have been Mad Max Fury Road.
Yep.
That movie is art. Mm-hmm. It's beautiful. Every time I'm on a plane, I watch it because it's on my iPad. Mm-hmm. I learned flying to California, play. 2 hours, 12 minutes, 10 minutes, 50, so many seconds of Fury Road. I'm good. Yeah, I would say I don't have a single complaint with that movie.
Yeah.
If I still had cable when I was flipping channels and it came on, I'm watching it. No questions asked. It is that good. That's the last film I bought twice on physical media because they had the black and chrome version or shiny and chrome version. We had the black and white version, which is amazingly just as beautiful.
Yeah,
it's incredible. Watching that film in black and white, how it loses nothing in terms of the impact and everything. And it's just, if anything, it's more interesting because it's more dirty because you're only seeing black, white, and shades of gray. But anyway, moving on past all this Oscar hoo-ha and all that stuff, because they're over. We're in the new year now for Oscar bait and all that kind of fun stuff. The only other film I wanted to bring up that I've seen is one, I want to say from last year. It's starring everybody's least favorite Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield, and it's called Under the Silver Lake. Have you heard about that at all?
No, I don't think I have.
No, I've heard again on the Joe Bob Briggs Facebook group I'm in. I've heard a couple people mention it, but then Watch Mojo had a list of the top 10 underrated movies of last year or this year. I think it was last year maybe, and it was on there. I was like, okay, this looks interesting. Very good. I still don't know half the shit that happened in it.
Anytime I see A24, I'm usually like, oh, that'll be good.
Yeah, and, I mean, exactly. You just have to watch it.
Yeah.
I want to watch it again. I could watch it at least 4 or 5 more times because the imagery is so. You just have. Like Parasite. I don't want to tell you anything about it. but there's certain like visual cues that like come back later in the movie, and then like I just like, wait, I could have swore I saw that earlier, to where like watching it again, different things click, because it's very Twin Peaks-ish, but it's kind of more like Mulholland Drive in terms of like that Lynchian kind of thing, to where it gets really like, just what is happening here. Actually, it starts off like Brick, the Rian Johnson film, kind of like a little bit of a mystery, like, you know, not too much, and then it just gets like, you know, just the little stuff you're seeing here, like, just what does this mean? What's happening here? And it's just, it builds and builds and goes and goes and goes. Like I started forgetting like things like that, like so much I'm trying to keep track of, I'm forgetting. So I could easily watch it several more times. Andrew Garfield's great. If you like seeing butts, his butt's all over it. Speaking of Fury Road, one of the wives of Immortan Joe is kind of like the main girl in it, or the story point, so to speak. And speaking of people like Bono beating up kids, there's not that that's funny, but it's just relevant. Actually, in the movie, when it happens, it's exceptionally. I cracked up laughing when a child gets hurt in this film. When you see the movie, it will make perfect sense that I will not sound like a jackass talking about it. When I say a kid, I'm talking about a young teenager doing shit they shouldn't do and should get punched in the face for it. That's what I'm talking about. There's your only spoiler. But highly recommend it. If you like actually, they just showed what I was talking about on the trailer. But if you weren't paying attention, you didn't see it.
Yeah. So if you're on YouTube, you saw it. But
if you like REM, there's some couple of tracks off the Monster album in the movie. But I thought it was some sort of like I said, kind of Twin Peaks, just mystery kind of movie kind of thing. Like, but that was science fiction. It's just a little bit of everything. Fantastic.
I'll have to watch that. I like movies like that.
I think you'll like it. It's, again, A24, Midsommar. What's the other big one they had? Well, Hereditary, which is the same director, Ari Aster. But yeah, A24, like, a lot of people, like, I see online in the same Joe Bob Briggs group, because Midsommar is very polarizing in terms of whether people like it or not. But nevertheless, Under Silver Lake definitely is probably one of the best films that I've seen recently. Absolutely. It's one of those also, I mean, I've seen some good shit recently. Midsommar was this year, The Lighthouse, Under the Silver Lake. Again, I think it was 2018. But again, I'm not sure if that's...
It was 2018.
Again, that could have been... I'm not sure if that was when it, originally played or whatever, because it was on Watch Mojo's list of the year. But I saw it. I want to say it was for 2019. So it might be one of those, it was released limited, but then it had maybe... for award considerations or whatever, maybe it was 2019. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Bottom line, highest possible recommendation. Honestly, this weekend I will probably watch it again. I feel like, again, it's haunting in the sense of like certain visual things that they showed that, to quote Wayne's World, it seemed insignificant at the time, but then it just like, wait, the whole, like, again, when I watch it, like, I'm having trouble keeping track of so many different, like, oh, wait, that was... And then, like, something else, and, like, I get thrown off. Like, it's well layered in terms of that. Yeah. Or it could be a complete accident, and maybe I'm giving too much credit. Yeah. Maybe upon watching it, okay, this is just nonsense. But upon a first viewing, just like, whoa. Like, what a... Honestly, like, just like, first impression, what a weird fucking movie. But... watching it, like, riveting. Like, I found it riveting. And, like, it doesn't seem like it's going somewhere, and then something happens. Like, okay, that's... It kind of teaches you how to watch it at first, but, like, okay, I'm going to show you this a couple of times, and then, like, okay, yeah, I get it. And then, like, this little thing, this number, like, all this stuff that I think I saw earlier is all coming, like, into play. It's almost like a fever dream. Now I had a couple of drinks while watching it. The good stuff, hard stuff. So by the end of it, I was a little like, woo, okay. Halloween party-ish, so to speak, in terms of that level of not falling over anything, but just like, so that obviously that could have contributed to it, but I don't think so. Yeah. But I recommend it. I think it was fantastic. So I think you would like it for sure. Yeah, I think it's the sound of it. Like, especially like you, Perry, Jason, that kind of side of our friends that are a little more, that seek out movies like that as opposed to the latest Arnold movie or Marvel movie. Which there's nothing wrong with
latest
that.
Arnold movie. Who says that anymore?
Terminator,
I know,
Dark
it's
Fate.
just like, it's not like something people say anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Used to be the biggest.
Latest Arnold movie.
Yeah. Oh, he's in the new Arnold movie? Wait, which one? Like 2 came out this year.
Right.
You know, back in the good old days. But
Yeah,
anyway, we'll rendezvous next week and we will finish for sure. We will crown a winner of this bracket and then hypothesize if the winner of this bracket could beat the winner of last bracket, which was, of course, the reigning king of the ring, of this 80s ring, John Rambo from Rambo 2.
if he's going
First
up
Blood.
against a giant 22-foot robot, maybe. I don't know.
Again, you know, we'll debate it both ways. We'll see
Sure.
if, you know, obviously hand on hand, debate it there, and then we'll throw the randomness into it as well, just for fun, for that particular
I would
one.
say signature weapons,
Yeah.
unarmed, and then random, and who knows.
Yeah, we'll play it. We'll have a good time with that one. And just see.
Then what does he need to win?
Yeah, how could he win?
Yeah.
But I mean, it might be fucking Bono he's fighting. I don't know.
We'll find out.
Again, it's all up to the cards.
Yep.
And believe, now, let me see, is it still up?
There's a couple weapons in here
'Cause,
that could take Optimus Prime out for sure.
Absolutely. So just to recap, here are the remaining combatants. So you can kind of get in your head who maybe you're going to root for.
So you can finish your brackets at home.
Exactly. Make sure you submit them by 12 p.m. Eastern time to qualify. Chucky, Optimus Prime, Audrey 2, Ivan Drago, John Rambo. Nice little crossover there. Bono, Frank Dux, Clubber Lang. 2 Rocky villains have made it all the way to practically the end. Jericho Action Jackson, Vigo the Carpathian, John Matrix. I expected him to get this far, for sure. And Connor McLeod. So, but nevertheless.
An immortal.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, there is no. If it was old school rules like last time, probably Optimus Prime because he's a giant fucking robot.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it goes.
But you know, with the randomness, there's a way that every person, the weakest link obviously would be Bono at this point. I believe he's only like literally just a dude. You know, there's nothing special about him.
yeah.
I mean, great voice, good musician. That's his power. But I mean, he goes up against Optimus, but he gets a freeze ray. Let's see. Well, of course, if they're in, the battleground too, middle of the ocean, you're a giant robot. I don't know if you could swim. Pretty sure you'd sink. Let's see. Lightsaber. Optimus Prime. If somebody's fighting him with a lightsaber, that's a.
I mean, Optimus Prime has his little jets at his feet,
That's true.
so he can hover over the
But
water.
if they're in the middle of the ocean, I mean, yeah.
He flies across
Yeah,
space.
so well, I guess to be honest, without the right weapon, Optimus Prime is the
yeah, he's the front runner for me.
I mean, at Vegas odds, Prime is going to
Like
take
if they're at the pit at Mortal Kombat, he could just hover.
or a rickety rope bridge
Or-
since he weighs like 22
Right.
tons or whatever. It's no, he's 22 feet high. We'll have to get his weight.
He always is flying as an option unless he's in a contained space.
Well,
like
he doesn't
hell.
technically. Actually, he doesn't fly.
Oh, he doesn't.
Yeah, because Autobots. That's how you know the good guys from the bad guys in Transformers.
Really?
Good guys don't fly.
Oh, I thought.
The Decepticons all fly.
Huh.
Megatron doesn't. But there's only like one Autobot jet.
I could. Oh, wow! I thought they hovered of some sort.
No, like of course when they'll drive and then jump, somehow leap into the air as they.
Wow. All right then. Well, yeah, they have a lot of.
And Transformer fans, I know not. There are some Decepticons don't fly, but I know for a fact. I want to say there's only one. Now I'm talking about the '80s cartoon because I know all these like multiple different installments of Transformers, all that bullshit.
I'm watching like a Beast Hunters thing where Optimus Prime has wings for some reason.
Yeah, we're talking '80s cartoon here. We're talking Transformers the movies. What we're fucking talking about.
Yeah. Well, in that case, yeah.
And I want to say back in the old days in the cartoon. Because I had the Autobot that could fly. That was a jet. I can't remember his name. He was red and white. And I transformed him one time and then turned something the wrong way and broke him. So then he became a Macross jet where his arm was always out. He was an airplane with an arm because I couldn't get the arm to go back. But yeah, that's why you got Starscream and all those villains that are jets, but the Autobots are all cars.
Okay.
Or,
So yeah,
more
we're
so
talking
land
about
vehicles.
the 1986 version. Yeah, he's not flying anywhere. So yeah, the water would take him out.
Again, might not happen. I mean, there's a variety of things. So, but we will find out next week as a king or, well, unfortunately, no feminine representation at this point. Yeah, a bunch of white dudes. Well, no. Bracket is not so white because we got a robot. And we got Clubber Lang and Action Jackson.
Yeah.
And Connor McLeod is Scottish, so it's not just a white American.
Female presence.
Yeah, unfortunately, no ladies made it this far. No, Audrey too.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Does a
plant, but it's Audrey.
Dogs like this. Not that there's anything wrong with that. So, but Audrey too. Actually, see if it actually says if I mean, I know the guy's voice. It's the dude from I say the dude, but the singer. I mean, one of the members of some band. I can't remember when we did it. But they actually
who does the voice? You mean, or the gender debated?
Okay, commonly portrayed by male actors. However,
it's debated gender.
There's no gender for plant. I mean, some plant. Well, no plants. Some plants because they release. I'm not a botanist.
I guess it'd be an it. It's
yeah. So we will not assume Audrey 2's gender because we are a progressive podcast. We will not do such base non-2020 type things.
Yeah.
So let's see. So Audrey 2's kind of on her 6th form right now.
Yeah, out of 8.
This form is seen when Audrey 2 breaks out of its own pod. Audrey 2 is now capable of budding and shows proficiency with using its own vines as weapons. Final form is the 8th form, which is the end director's cut. Giant destruction to the city, killing a whole bunch of people, ruling the world.
Yeah.
Much better ending. But anyway, a victor will be crowned next week. And we will finally get back to the movies after that. Although the second half of this has been way more exciting than the first half.
Yeah.
We had to get through all the people that obviously we knew were not going to make it. But now we got the cream of the crop. Rises to the top, as the Macho Man says. Look up that video for that, because it deserves to be watched at least 3 or 4 times. But anyway, until then, I remain Trey Harris.
Jesse Sedgley.
Cowabunga!